Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Upswing Baseball. Today I'm just going to be talking about my whole baseball career. I'm going to be talking about my journey in baseball. And my journey is obviously not over yet. I'm a high school sophomore right now. But I've been playing for 10, 11 years, so a lot has went down. So in this video, I'm just going to take you through all of that. So yeah, I'm doing this video because one, I really wanted to. I thought it'd be fun to look back and stuff. And two, I think this would help a lot of younger players kind of like gauge like where they're at, me telling how good I was at the different levels and stuff, and the competitiveness and all of that, and just give some good tips, hopefully impart some of my knowledge that I've learned over the years. I'm making it sound like I'm old or something, but yeah, I'm just gonna take you through all the years, what it was like playing at each level, how good I did, how hard I worked, and all of that. Should be kind of fun, so let's just get right into it. Welcome to Upswing Baseball, where we give you tips and drills to improve your baseball skills. So subscribe and hit the bell if you want to take your baseball skills to the next level. And let's just do this. So, take you back when I was little, like 5, 6, 7, I played all the sports. I wasn't just like baseball all the time. I played baseball, basketball, soccer, and a little bit of football. I'm not 100% sure if like baseball was like the main sport, like the main sport in my family at the time, but it was definitely one of the bigger ones. Like I don't remember like being pushed towards like playing baseball over the other sports. I think I gravitated towards it on my own. That's just from what I can remember. It was obviously a while ago. I was little. But yeah, so I started t-ball when I was 5, and then when I was like 6 or 7, I moved up to machine pitch pretty quick, and I remember making like the all-star team where I was, but even then I don't really remember being that good. Like the best coaching advice I got at the time was like count 1/1000 in your head and then swing. Like if I needed to be told when to swing, I probably wasn't that good. So I mean, I was like 6 or 7, so I guess that kind of like 6 or 7-year-olds do need to be told when to swing. But still, I was not that good at that age. Nothing special, definitely. Yeah, that was all in Kentucky. I lived there at the time. And then when I was 8, I think I moved to Colorado. And for my first year here, my parents signed me up for YMCA, like rec baseball, and that was a joke. Nobody took it seriously. And after 1 year, my parents kind of realized like this isn't gonna work. We need something a little bit more competitive. So after that year, when I was 9, I think I joined a real travel team. And that travel team was Kid Pitch. That's when I started pitching too. And that team was awesome, by the way. But it was like AAA, and I don't know how the levels work like around the country, but there was like where I live, single A, AA, AAA, and majors. So we were up there, but not the highest level, obviously. So we were a pretty decent team, like 500 team. So it was pretty average. And from what I can remember, like when I first joined the team, like in the first couple years, I was definitely like bottom third of the team. So like there's 12 guys. I was like bottom 4 guys. I was not one of the better players at first. But in those 5 years, that's when I really started to really get into baseball. I started focusing more on that. I started cutting out other sports. I stopped playing soccer, stopped playing football, still played basketball though. And by the end of those 5 years, I slowly worked my way up. And by that last year, I was definitely like top 3 players on the team at that point. And I really started getting into it by then. Like I started working out on my own outside of practice and workouts, team practice and workouts. And I also started trying to get better on my own, doing little things that I could to get better by myself. So I was just like slowly working my way up. Yeah, after that year, that was like 13U that year, and then I left that team and joined another team for my last year before high school. And this team was pretty similar to the team I was on before. We were about 500 record-wise too. And on that team, I was definitely the best player. Like I don't say it's flex or anything, but I was. Like I had my stats, like, because I kept track of it that year, and I finished with a 574 average and 824 on base percentage. So those are solid numbers for sure. And I was also the team's ace. I pitched a lot. So yeah, that was definitely a really fun season for me. But the numbers weren't really a surprise. Like I really started working hard that season on my own. Like I was getting obsessed with baseball. I stopped playing all other sports. Baseball was my main focus. I started working out more, practicing on my own more, and all of that. I just loved playing baseball so much at that point that the extra work wasn't really a problem, so because I liked doing it. And then after that like spring season, I joined my high school team for the summer as like an incoming freshman. It was a short little season, like probably like 20 games I think, if I can remember right, and I didn't really play a ton, but I still did solid when I did. I think I hit like 400 or so. That was good. And then I went into the fall and winter and worked really hard to get better. Our whole team did really, but I didn't take many days off for that whole fall and winter. to get ready for the spring season, my first full high school season. So when that spring rolled around, I was ready to go. Coach told me I would be playing JV and varsity, so I would be swinging, and I was ready to get after it. But it did not end up going the way I wanted it at all. I just never really felt right all season. Like I never got into that groove, especially at the plate. It was never clicking. I never got into that zone that you guys probably know if you've been playing for a while. Like when you're really on it, and you can just you're on, everything's right, and you feel good at the plate. But yeah, that whole season was just kind of a bust. It was bad. Like it wasn't terrible. It's not like I couldn't hit anything. Like I wasn't no Chris Davis. I wasn't like 0 for 50, whatever. But it was a bad season. It was a letdown for sure. Some of the reasons that like might have been causing this, like my big slump, was like maybe the skill jump from 14U up to like high school baseball, or another thing might be like the constant jumps from like JV skill level to varsity skill level day after day. Like every other day I'd be playing on the other team. So that was a little tough too. I'm not like trying to make excuses. That just might have been the cause. Another reason might have been I just might have been worn out because I hadn't really taken a real break in a year and a half. I was going at it almost every day, not stopping for anything. So like I think my skills were there because I put the work in, but I don't think I was there like mentally. My mindset was not there. But yeah, that was disappointing. And then after that season ended, it was right into summer ball, travel ball, 18U. Going into it, I'm still confident. I'm like, okay, that was all right. Well, just forget about that whole spring season. We'll get into summer. We'll make up for all of it. Let's do it. Let's just flush and reset, But that is not what happened, at least at first. I definitely struggled. Like I was still trying to catch up to the skill level, playing with guys a lot older than me, and it was a grind. We were playing 5 or 6 games a week, and the craziest thing happened. I started getting burnt out. The amount of games we were playing and the amount of times I was striking out really started to get to me, and I needed a break pretty bad at that point. It started getting better towards the end of the season. Like I started hitting a little bit, and my average started to go up a little bit to like a not terrible number. But it was still bad. That burnout was still there. I definitely still needed a break. Like even though I'm hitting a little bit, I still know in the back of my mind, like after the season is over, bro, I'm not gonna touch a baseball, not do anything baseball related for a while. So yeah, that's what I did. After that season, I took a full month off from everything baseball related. I didn't even think about baseball, nothing baseball. I just needed a full out break. And even after that month was over, like the couple of months, it's January right now, and then I took the break in like August, so September, October, November, like the next 4 months, it was still pretty light because I was just scared as heck of burnout. Like that sucked, not loving the game that I loved for so long, So I just want to take it slow getting back. And now it is January. At my high school, we're going to be starting baseball 5 days a week in a little bit. And I really am like excited to get back into it now. I think the break really did it for me. That really did it. So like, little piece of advice, like if you are feeling like tired of the game, burnt out, take a big break. If you're playing all the time, you're getting tired of it, take a big break and come back after it, and you'll probably feel better. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. My sophomore season starts in a couple months, and I'll be starting first baseman most likely, unless some crazy dude transfers and snatches my spot up. That would suck. But yeah, like while I'm not feeling burnt out anymore, it's still like that extreme like love, passion, obsession that I felt before this whole last season is not quite back either. I'm not quite back to that spot. It's like somewhere in between. So next season I've kind of like resolved to like have more fun with it and not be too tight, too serious, and just have fun playing the game, because that's the number one goal. That's my number one goal for this year, is just have fun playing, because that's all that matters in the end. That's why I started playing in the first place, to have fun. Because if I'm not, might as well quit. But yeah, and then for beyond high school, like looking into the future, like my main goal is to play in high school, or play in college. I'm already playing in high school. My main goal is to play in college, and I think I'll probably do that. It's a matter of like what level, D1, D2, D3, something like that. I don't know what level I'll play at, but I really do want to play in college. That's the goal. Then beyond that, I don't know. Like, of course, it'd be awesome to get drafted. Like that'd be a dream come true. But I'm not stupid. I know how good I am right now and my limits in terms of how much work I'm willing to put in, like before I get burnt out and stuff. And I also know how good a lot of other guys are and how the ridiculous amount of work they put in. So I'm not dumb. Like, odds are not in my favor. So yeah, whatever happens, happens. My main goal, like I said, is to have fun. And I think if I put in the amount of work that it would take to get drafted or whatever, that I wouldn't be having as much fun as I could. So that's the biggest lesson I've learned, that I actually have limits in baseball. I'm just playing the game for fun. At the end of the day, that's the bottom line. That's probably the biggest part of my whole baseball career, is just play the game to have fun. It's not worth it otherwise. It's supposed to be a game, it's supposed to be fun, so just quit if you're not. And yeah, that's all I got. That is my journey from T-ball to a high school varsity starter today. Obviously, there's still probably a long ways to go, but that's where I'm at right now. If you want, now you can check down in the description. There are links to some cool baseball gear. Also, if you want, you should definitely follow me on Instagram and TikTok if you are not already. And last but not least, there's going to be a video and a playlist, I think over there. It might be that side. I think it's this side. Over there, if you want to check those out, see more of my videos. And that is all I got. Real quick, you may have noticed if you watched a lot of my videos, this is a different setup. So thumbs up if you like it. I'd really appreciate it. Also subscribe if you are not already. Thank you. That's all I got. I'll see you later.